God says this person tried to play God in your life. Now they are shocked it didn't work. Amen. God says they positioned themselves in your life as something essential, something you couldn't move without, something you couldn't grow without. And over time, that belief became normal to them because of how you interacted, how you leaned on them, how you allowed access. You gave room, you showed appreciation, you allowed them to play their role, and they received it, but they misread it. Amen. God says they interpreted your appreciation as limitation. They took your openness and translated it into incapacity. They concluded, you are not choosing this, you need this. And once that belief settled, their posture changed. Because when someone thinks you cannot function without them, they begin to feel untouchable. So what once was respect became assumption. What was once care became control. And slowly they crossed lines they would have not crossed before. Their tone changed, consideration reduced, boundaries were tested. Amen. Not because you invited disrespect, but because they believed you would tolerate it. God says this mindset is not new. It has been seen before. In Malachi, God was speaking to people who were supposed to honor him, but over time they became too familiar. They started offering less, treating what was sacred as ordinary, and God questioned them. If I am a father, where is the honor? Meaning they didn't lose access, they lost awareness. And that is the same shift that happened here. Another example is in 1 Samuel, where priests, people trusted with responsibility in God's house, but because they were always around it, they stopped respecting it. They took advantage of their position, thinking nothing would happen. God says this is the pattern. When access becomes normal, people stop recognizing value. And that is what happened to you. Your presence became expected. Your support became assumed. Your role became something they felt entitled to. So they stopped handling you with awareness. But here's where everything shifted. You didn't argue your value, you adjusted your position. You didn't fight for recognition, you removed the assumption. And now the same confidence they had has turned into confusion. Because the version of you they relied on is no longer responding the same way. They now realize what they thought was guaranteed was actually a privilege. God says this is their trap. They built their behavior on the belief that you would always remain available. So they overstepped, thinking there was no risk. But now they are facing something they didn't prepare for. Your absence in the way they expected you. And it forces them to confront what they misjudged. Because now they see clearly you were never incapable. You were considerate. You were never dependent. You were intentional. You were never stuck. You were choosing. And now that choice has shifted. They don't know how to reposition themselves because they were relating to a version of you that no longer exists. God says this is not about proving a point. This is about restoring order. So people understand access is not entitled. Access is not entitlement. Presence is not permission. And appreciation is not weakness. And now they are left with a realization they didn't expect to have. You didn't need them. You valued them. And now they have to face the difference. Amen.